we will take organic chemistry. In that some basic principles let us understand first. One of the topic is hybridization. This hybridization involves the structure of the molecule. If you want to know actually what type of bonds are there in the molecule, we have to understand. I will just take up the gist of the hybridization. In the hybridization, all the bonds which are between the carbon and carbon, carbon and hydrogen, single bonds between the CC and the CH, or the C oxygen or the C nitrogen, all such single bonds are nothing but the sigma bonds. These sigma bonds are formed due to the overlap of the hybrid orbitals, right? So these are all hybrid bonds therefore, okay, right. Similarly, there is a double bond between the carbon and the carbon. This is made up of with one sigma bond, that is original bond, plus one pi bond also. So wherever a double bond, if you see, it is made up of with the one sigma bond over that one pi bond. Similarly, a double bond nitrogen, a carbon double bond oxygen, and so on, they are all made up of with the originally one sigma bond over that one pi bond. If there is a triple bond like a carbon carbon, a carbon and nitrogen, and so on, such bonds are made up of with one sigma plus two pi bonds, right? Now the shapes of the molecule is basically limited to this sigma bonds, not the pi bonds. How many sigma bonds it is making? Whenever carbon makes 4 sigma bonds, 4 sides 4 sigma bond, the hybridization is sp3 hybridization, right? sp3 hybridization. Its structure will be the 3, just like a tripod and a candle type structure. This is called what? That is tetrahedral structure. Tetrahedral structure. Whenever carbon makes only 3 sigma bonds, leave about the pi bonds. You need not to count the pi bonds, how many pi bonds are there. But if it makes 3 sigma bonds, generally there may be a charge on the carbon, or sometimes maybe a pi bond, one more pi bond will be there, but such a carbon will be sp2 hybridization, and wherein the carbon will have a 3 sides 3, the angle will be 120 degrees, and the shape of this carbon will be the trigonal planar. Trigonal planar. This is sp2, that means 1/3 S and the 2/3 will be P characters will be there in the hybridization. Whenever carbon makes only 2 sigma bonds, this is a sp hybridization, and the carbon will have a 2 sigma bonds opposite to each other. The bond angle will be 180 degrees, and obviously it is a line, therefore it is known as what? A linear structure. And this is angle is here 109 degrees 28 minutes. So these are the 3 types that carbon undergoes in 3 different varieties of molecules. Now let us go to a few questions which are asked in the previous this EAMCET examination, and after that I will give some questions which are predicted to are guessed questions for the next coming years. Okay, the first question. In this question, which of the following statements is not correct? It is partly mixed actually with the concept of the benzene topic also, but however the question answer is here. See the answer 4, that is benzene has 2 carbon-carbon, that is has a carbon-carbon bond lengths 1.54 and 1.39. That is the benzene means here we have the structure of the benzene is these are all 6 the carbons, every carbon is having the 1 hydrogen. So there are 6 sigma bonds are there, sigma bonds, 6 sigma bonds are internal, and 3 pi bonds are there. So answer goes to therefore. So there are 12 sigma bonds and 3 pi bonds are there. The sigma bond, single bond happens to be actually 1.54. The double bond should be 1.34. But here what is happening, all the 3 double bonds are going on shuffling. That is known as a phenomena called resonance. And as the result, what happens? The double bond and single bond lengths are mutually going on changing. So therefore, neither the 1.54 nor the 1.34, it will be in between around 1.39, the Armstrong units will be there. So it is an average length of double bond in Singapore. So therefore, the fourth bit is wrong regarding this question. Next. A molecule X has a 4 sigma bonds formed by the overlap of sp2 and s orbitals, 1 sigma bond formed by the sp2 orbitals, and 1 and the pi bond formed by the px pz orbitals. Which of this answer goes to that? Is it is an ethylene molecule wherein you find there are 5 sigma bonds are there, 4 sides, 4 hydrogens, and this is sigma bond, this is pi bond. So 1 pi bond between this sigma bond is sp2 overlapping. The other 4 sigma bonds are sp2 with the s orbital overlapping. So the description goes to the ethylene molecule. 4 hydrogens is ethylene. The fourth option is ethylene, right? So therefore, the answer goes to the ethylene molecule. Next.